My name is Tom. Welcome to WeaponsEducation.com. This is an important video, so please share it with your friends and listen closely because we're going to talk about my top 10 list for the most important methods to protect you in a home invasion. We're looking at one of my dogs, my cute little Pomeranian, and of course a dog is an excellent method for helping you in a home invasion. We're going to talk about that in a moment, but I want to prep this video with a friend of mine, who what gave me the idea tonight, had a home invasion just 3 days ago. What they do is they use a crowbar to open up the sliding glass door. They get in, and in this case, he was unharmed, even though I've been telling him to do all the things in this video. He didn't do any of them, like a lot of people in America, but they use a crowbar, they open the sliding glass door, they get in and out. And usually teenagers, in this case that's what it was, they got caught and they're arrested. But they got a big screen TV and the wife's purse, her personal belongings, her wallet was in there, her ID and all that stuff, and her phone and things like that. So there's different types of home invasions, and I'm not going to get into all that. So let's talk about what happens if there's a home invasion. Okay, now, with that said, let's talk about dogs. Coco, look at me. Look at Daddy. All right, you're happy. You're wigging your tail. Now, good. You're looking. Look at the camera, girl. This dog, even though she's small, all 6 pounds of her, she will bark as she hears the garbage truck a half-mile away, or if she hears anything out of the norm, she will alarm me with this yelp barking. So a small dog is as good as a big dog, and I love dogs. I have 3, and I love cats too. I have 1, but I want to make this disclaimer, please, and I'll make a disclaimer on each product I show you, or in this case an animal. If you're going to get an animal, it's a lifelong responsibility. Don't just get an animal because you're nervous and you want it for home defense. It's a lifelong 15-year responsibility, I should say, with food, water, 3 times a day walking, healthcare. It's expensive, and they need a lot of love, and you can't just, wake up, Coco, okay, and you can't just get a dog for the sake of getting a dog for home defense. But they are excellent, long as you have the means of taking care of them. With that said, okay, a dog is on my list. Now let's go through my list and buzz through the next 9. And they're not necessarily all weapons. There's a lot of products that are non-lethal in this video. So welcome to Weapons Education. Wake up, Coco, 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 wake up. .com. Number 2 on the list is non-lethal, but it could save your life. You just need to know how to handle pepper spray. Ladies, keep it in your purse. Guys, keep it on your belt, in your car, in your glove box. Just make sure you don't point it in the wrong direction when you have a perpetrator coming at you. There's a warning. There you go. But this Fox pepper spray is among the best. There's a lot of them that are out there that are phenomenal. So pepper spray will take someone down pretty quick. So if someone comes in a home invasion and you don't have a gun, or whatever the situation is, you don't want to kill them, maybe it's just an argument in your house, maybe you just got to tone things down because you're holding a party and 2 people get in a crazy fight, pepper spray. See, you don't always want lethal stuff. Let's go on to the next one. Wasp and hornet spray. Get one that shoots like 25-30 feet. Spray the bad guy in the face. And it's up to you folks to know what the situation is, because you're going to be under stress and you have to think quick. So have these things in strategic places around your home. And if a bad situation happens where you really don't want to hurt someone, you can spray them with wasp spray. From a long distance, you can spray them in the face. So, with that said, just keep in mind of the ramifications of what you do, but if it's a true home invasion, you have to protect your life. This is an option and it's inexpensive. Let's move on to the next one. Another one is, by the way, I don't have it handy, is a taser. A taser. Get a taser and learn how to use it. Okay, let's go on to something else. Next on my list is one of the most important ones, because if you can't see, you're in big trouble. You need a good flashlight. And folks, I am telling you, from a guy who has had every flashlight pretty much from every manufacturer, this is the best made right now at the timing of this video. This PowerTac X3000. I'll put the link below. You can check out with Amazon or PayPal, but I'll tell you, this X3000 is so bright, so compact, it lasts so long. All you do is plug it into the wall and it's always charged. It's got strobe that will blind someone. It will give you light so bright within your home or on the exterior of your property. I've done an exclusive video on this flashlight. Of all my flashlights, I am honestly telling you, this one is the best. The one I favor the most, the one I carry with me the most. I've got 4 of them in my cars, in my house, and I carry one on my belt because it comes with a pouch for you to carry it on your belt. Now, if you don't have a good quality flashlight, if you can't afford this, if it's not in your budget, then get a lower expensive PowerTac. My link is there, Amazon, PayPal, but get a good flashlight to keep next to your gun, even if your gun has a light on it, which, okay, let's do a gun next. Let's do that right now. Of course, we need a good pistol in our home. Make sure you get the training. Make sure you know which gun to buy that fits your hand and you know how to utilize that gun so it's safe. Now, with that said, you want within your home for a home invasion a gun that has a rail and a gun that has a really super high quality light on the front. If you want the laser, cool. To me, it's more important to have the light. This is a Glock 20, 10 millimeter. Now let's talk about which pistol is the best for home invasion. For instance, if you're in a condo or you're in an apartment, no, a Glock 20 10 millimeter is not the proper pistol to keep at your bedside. You want a smaller caliber, maybe 9 millimeter or even a 380, because you don't want to shoot through the walls and shoot your neighbors and things like that. And then you need to learn your ammunition. I'm not going to get into all that, but I do recommend hollow points so they don't go as far as full metal jacket through the walls. But with that said, you do want a good pistol. You have to have training, and you want a pistol with a light on the rail for a home invasion so you can see what you're doing alongside of with having a flashlight. So if you're right-handed, there's training for this, and I've had this training. You carry the flashlight in your left hand and your pistol in your right hand, and you need to learn how to shoot with one hand. That's huge, and I'm not going to get into all that right now, but you need to see what you're doing. My preferred light on the rail is also from PowerTac, and I helped design this model. It's called the Marksman. So that is designed specifically for Glocks, but it fits all applications, all different guns with a rail. So the link is below, PayPal, Amazon, check out. And that is the premier light because it's extremely bright. Plus, on the other side, I did a specific video on the Marksman. Just Google Marksman Weapons Education, and then you can see all the functions of it. But you can just click it. It's like a circle clock on the other side, and it's easy to flick. And so when your stress is up, you can easily go from strobe to light, dim, medium, bright. I just keep it on bright light. And if you have to go to strobe, I have it set to just one click down, go to strobe to blind the guy. But make sure you get the right caliber and the right sidearm for self-defense for a home invasion. And please do not pull that trigger unless it is the last resort and your life is in extreme danger. Okay, so of course you need a pistol in your home. What's next in my bag of tricks? Let's go to that right now. Talk about what happens if you get hurt for whatever reason. You trip and fall because the home invasion, you get stabbed, something happens and you're hurt. Or even the perpetrator's hurt, maybe you shot him, who knows what happens. You got to do your due diligence to take care of yourself, and possibly you may want to assist the perpetrator depending on your situation. I'm not going to tell you what to do there, but on the left you see that quick clot. If you get shot, you can put that into the wound. That'll stop the bleeding. And to the middle and to the right is different types of first aid kits. You need to know what's in them, where they're at, every product within the box, and what they do. A lot of people have these products and they really don't know how to use them. For instance, if you got a quick clot, they don't know what to do with it if they get shot. So you need to watch YouTube videos, specifically on field trauma quick clot, okay? Or specifically on what to do if you get burned. Okay, there's burn medicine in these things. So keep a first aid kit to your number one. Take care of yourself, and if you hurt a perpetrator, it wouldn't hurt for your defense to assist them until 911 gets there. I'm not getting into law. I'm not a legal advisor, but keep that in mind. Let's go on to the next one. An ASP Baton. This collapses down, and it's another non-lethal product, but of course you have to be physically fit, and it's not for everybody, because you certainly don't want to use, we're about to look at some knives here in a moment, you don't want to use knives or a baton against someone who's bigger and stronger than you, who can easily take you down and use your own weapon against you. So keep that in mind. But this, if you are physically capable of utilizing it, then the baton is an excellent product, because you can hit them straight into the gut and of course do other things with it. And this one has, I have them both for either pepper spray or a flashlight at the end on the right. So the link below for the link below for the flashlight, just call the phone number and we'll have to talk about getting you the baton, okay? But this is not about selling you stuff. This is about teaching you what you need. Get a baton if you're physically fit for it. And the reason why I'm showing double tap there is because that is my premier self-defense ammunition. I always like talking about double tap because they really do make the best self-defense hollow points, and I'll do a specialized video for them in the future. I've been using them for over 20 years, and now they've really upped the game, and they really do. It's $1 a round. It's expensive, but when you want self-defense ammunition, you always want it to work properly and feed properly. People are going to say, oh no, I like this one, I like that one, I like the other one. Fine, but I have proof that I know they're the best, and I'll go to their factory and prove it in the future. They're all good, but this is the best. Double tap. But we're talking about an ASP Baton. If you're physically capable, great, good for you. There's another option. Alright, of course, we want a good blade. I have them in multiple places of my home. Heaven forbid a home invasion. And I have them on my body and next to my bedside. But, you know, you can't duplicate me because I'm in the industry of firearms. But in general, I think it's a good idea for you to be familiar with knives before you really try to use it for self-defense, because it's very important to realize that if someone overpowers you, they can use it against you. Don't forget that. Just because it's in your hands, if someone's a big, strong, 250-pound person or multiple people and they knock you down to the ground, they could take your knife and hold it against you and stab you. But with that said, use your own judgment. I recommend a good serrated blade. This happens to be a Spyderco. It's called a civilian. Now it's pricey, but there's other lower cost blades. Guys, you knife guys, throw in your comments on what you think is the best blades for the money, okay, to keep for home defense. And these you want to keep near your gun or somehow close to you when you're sleeping. You know, your bedside gun, you want it close to you, because it's no good if you got 4 seconds to react and you got to start thinking of where your stuff is. So do a plan of where everything is in your home. If you happen to have, I doubt it that most of you will do this, but if you do 7 of the things on this list, it's very important that you know how to utilize them and know where they are at all times, and then you're good to go. And then you have to also, like a fire drill, you have to practice in case there's a fire. On a second story in my house, and I have ladders coming down that are, you know, made out of rope and stuff, and I taught my children how to come down the ladders. So like a fire drill, you have to do a weapon drill for yourself in case of a home invasion. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if you're in a nice development or average development or a low-end development, or if you're in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. I've heard it all. I've heard of people being killed in the mountains in the middle of nowhere with my channel, reaching out to 20+ million people. I've heard a lot of horrific stories. So get your game plan like it's a fire. What are you going to do? Okay? Now, Kukri, I really do like this blade because it's got multiple uses. That happens to be a cold steel, and it could chop wood for you if you want, and that's what I use it for. You can see I use it a lot, and I use my stuff, by the way. I don't have any safe queens, people call them that. All my guns I carry, all my stuff I use. Nothing is just to look at. They're all tools, and I'm not afraid of scratching them. I'm not trying to keep them nice, but I'm just throwing that in. I gotta use them to learn how to use them. Okay, so with that said, Kukri it goes back about 1,000 years from Nepal. You want a Kukri. Now, you tell me, guys, what other knives you recommend, what you have. This is a cool video for cool comments. Let's go on to something else right now. Let's talk about, of course, having a rifle. On the left is an AK-47. That's an Arsenal. On the right is an FN semi-automatic shotgun 12 gauge. With that said, we know we need a shotgun, and you may possibly need a rifle. But before I speak about that and the application of it, let's speak about security for your house. Now, I know security is very expensive. Home security systems, cameras. There's a company called Nest.com, okay? And that's what I use. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form, but for like $300 a camera, you can get really super high-end video that you can see on your phone, and you can even talk. Like if you're in a bedroom and you hear something, and then you can talk, hey, get out of my house, right through the camera. You can scare the person out. Don't forget about Nest.com. You want outdoor video and you want indoor video to also prove your innocence. Heaven forbid you have to utilize a rifle, a shotgun, or anything I spoke about in this video. So Nest.com is what I use for my home surveillance, my office, and my homes and things like that. So, should you have a rifle on the left, AK-47, maybe you want an AR-15? It depends on your living arrangements. Of course, we know what a rifle will do. It's going to go through multiple walls, and if you miss, you can hurt innocents. So, it might be appropriate if you're on a farm and things like that. I'm on a large plot and my Delray property, and yeah, a rifle is perfect for that scenario. So I have ARs and I have AKs in different locations. I hang them up by magnets, by the way, in different locations. And then a shotgun, of course, is perfect because people say, well, you can't miss. But remember, the shotgun doesn't spray a huge spread like everyone imagines. So you need to get some practice with a shotgun and learn the different shells. So sometimes if you're living in, well, all times, if you're living in an apartment or a condo, you don't want to be shooting, double-aught buck in an apartment or condo, because you're going to go through the walls and hurt innocents. So maybe you want to use bird shots. You need to learn the different shells of a shotgun before you just go grab a shotgun and just say, I'm good to go, and I'll just get what the salesman gives me. You got to get training, folks. Training on everything I spoke about. It's so important in this crazy world we're living in. Get training. Get your permit to legally conceal if it's possible in your state. And learn the different shells of a shotgun, because everyone's going to say, yeah, shotgun's my #1 home self-defense. And I agree. So, in some scenarios, birdshot, nothing wrong with that. Believe me, the wadding alone will kill someone. It will certainly bring them down at close range. And think about everything I said in this video. Absorb it, watch it twice, share it with your friends, and stay safe. My name is Tom from Weapons Education, and thank you for watching. I care about all of you. Please subscribe, tell a friend, and take care, my friends. Bye-bye.